Let's investigate it, let's debunk. Let's debunk, let's debunk, let's debunk. Who production study right? Fake hauntings just won't survive. Let's seek the truth and get it right, and debunk those lies hidden in the night. Let's debunk, let's debunk. Who Productions, here we go. Bringing you the truth about the paranormal, not letting the fakers spread lies and junk. Let's investigate it, let's debunk. Let's debunk, let's debunk, let's debunk. Who Productions study pride? Fake hauntings just won't survive. Let's seek the truth and get it right, and debunk those lies hidden in the night. Let's debunk, let's debunk. Productions, here we go. Bringing you the truth about the paranormal, not letting the fakers spread lies and junk. Let's investigate it, let's debunk. Let's debunk, let's debunk, let's debunk. Who Productions study pride?
Hello, everyone. God damn, it's bright.
I know. Do we need to turn
Yeah,
it
if
down?
you could get up and turn that down.
That's like, gosh, blinding.
Jesus. Well, it's not really blinding. It's just,
It's, to me it is.
ooh, we look whiter than normal. A little more. That's probably good. Yeah, I like that a lot better. I like to be in the dark. Plus, it's light outside. Maybe that is why it's
That
so
could be.
bright in here too. So, anyway, let's get started, everybody. We gotta thank the people that are in here. So, Sky Talker, how are you? Belfast Crafty Nick, she's usually on Team Rewatch, but she is here live and in person. I see Ghost Cats, how are you? Ghostus Dave, how's it going? Blast Rights, how are you? Mike O is in the house. Caroline, hello. Caroline's always here. And then you guys have your conversations between each other, and then a person like HM Paranormal Detectives shows up in the middle of it. So I don't want to skip him. How you doing? Then he joined in the conversation talking about coffee. Hello, Pomp. How are you? Hope things are going good for you. I know it's been a bit rough, according to some messages. So, Pomp. Ken Gerald's in the house. Hello, Ken. Ken's here weekly pretty much. Mrs. Boo is here, obviously. Did I say
Hey.
I see Ghost Cats yet? No, I don't. Even if I did. Hello, I see Ghost Cats. How are you? Thanks for joining. Yep, boobies. See,
Yeah,
I
said hello to everybody.
Yeah, I
They were
wanna-
boobies.
want to call you guys boobies, but I don't know if people will get offended by
But
that.
if you do boo and bees, then it's okay.
Dana almost got us canceled today if people would have saw her outside. With your blackface on.
No.
I was like, get in the house, goddammit.
No, I had a clay mask on earlier
Right, but it
because
was like, Jesus Christ.
just trying to clean up my face with all my everything going on with these allergy things. I'm trying to do everything I can to
Just
get all
teasing
the toxins out of my skin.
Hello, Loretta. Hello, Michael Burkeen. Hello, Kat. If you see anybody that I missed, let me know. Hey, Julianne. Hello. Yes, Julie says hit the like button before it starts.
Was it Mysteries Untold?
That's
No.
Michael Burkeen. Yeah.
Okay,
Yep.
thank you, because I don't know everybody's names.
Chris
'cause I'm
Williams,
terrible with
hello.
names.
Well, you don't watch as much YouTube. So,
No.
so. Candy 7 is in the house. Hello,
After
Candy.
I see him and hear him so often, then I remember him.
You listen to Beardo and you listen to Side Eye Guy.
Mhm.
I don't know. I think she's got the hots for Beardo.
Mm.
I mean, I kind of do. Just kidding.
Well, you know I like Seg's voice, so.
Yeah. You've seen his face, right?
One time.
Okay. I thought so.
Well, because I've seen on Facebook.
Yeah.
That's why.
That's right.
Mm-hmm.
But I'll have to show you. Well, you've already seen pictures, so I mean, I think he's a good looking dude.
Dawson.
Hey, Dawson, how are you? Dawson, you gotta start doing your lives again on Friday. I get bored on Friday nights. I'm just kidding. Florio is in the house. Hello. Yep, it's fine to be away from the keyboard if that's what AFK stands for still. I'm old. That's what it used to stand for. Nicole Reynolds, hello. Shadowcat, how are you? I think we're getting close. Get close. Spange, hello. Is it Spange or Spange? Wondering when she is in the house. Hello. You guys keep typing. Stop. For just 30 seconds. Okay, we got down to the bottom. We're there. Hello, everybody. It is Memorial Day here in the States. And Dana has a little PSA that she wants to do because
it's my pet peeve. It
Yeah.
is a pet peeve of mine.
I will turn over the microphone.
So, those of those that are in the United States, and some
Jimmy.
people may understand this and some people may not, especially if you have military family. If you're a military family, you understand. I hate when people say Happy Memorial Day because it's not supposed to be happy. It's a Memorial Day. It's supposed to be in recognition for
It's kind of
those.
like saying happy funeral.
Yeah,
Like it's,
yeah.
it just,
I mean, it's
really
supposed to be a
that.
day in remembrance of those who have served, that passed away, that have served. And so that's kind of my pet peeve. That's supposed to be just Memorial Day, but then also people then will wish people that are in the military Happy Memorial Day, and it's like, no, don't do that. It's to them. Memorial Day is those who have that are passed, and so it's a remembrance day. Armed Forces Day is to celebrate those who are in the service currently, and then
When is that?
I don't remember the date of it offhand. And then Veterans
Oh
Day.
shit, my phone's not even by me.
Veterans Day is that's to remember those who, or to thank those who have, and remembering those who have served in the service. So, but it's, I mean, and it's funny too, because there's quite a few, my daughter, and I know quite a few other people that serve, that sometimes are, I mean, sometimes they get uncomfortable when people thank them for their service because it's, they chose to do that. But when people go out of their way to thank them, sometimes that kind of,
wow.
What?
So we missed that. That's the third Saturday of May is Armed Forces Day.
Yeah.
Okay, so that was a week ago.
See, because Aaron's not here,
That's
so I
before
kind of,
yeah.
but I know that, but it's just this year it's been a little crazy, so it's not been on the radar. But yeah, so it's like those are the three differences between Memorial Day, Veterans Day, and Armed Forces Day. And then each of the branches have their own celebrations of when they became,
like the Marines have the Marines' birthday.
Yeah, and Air Force. Ironically funny, I can't always remember the date of the Air Force, but I know it is around September 19th, 20th, or 21st, or 22nd, because that's when my daughter graduated boot camp, and we were actually at base at the graduation, so I remember it was in that time frame. So it's kind of crazy.
Okay,
What
so
should
Dawson
we
has
say?
a question. Yeah, what should we say then?
Just, I mean, it's just Memorial Day. It's just, I mean, it's just a day to just know, have you enjoyed your Memorial Day weekend, and or just remember someone.
Did I?
A remembrance. I mean,
Okay, good. I didn't title this Happy Memorial Day.
No, I told you not to. I made sure. You said, don't you dare put Happy Memorial Day.
That would have been embarrassing.
Yeah, but it's just, yeah, it's not. It's more of just a remembrance day than it is like It's just Memorial Day weekend. I remember when I was in high school, we did a parade every year. Actually, we did two. We did the Memorial Parade downtown, and that we would do, and then we would come back and do our Memorial Day parade for our like little neighborhood. And then we'd sit there in our hot uniforms for hours on end at the parade at the cemetery.
I wasn't in the band, but I remember the Woodward uniforms back in the day. Yeah, they were like geared for winter.
I was so thankful when I became a majorette, except in the winter time, because then I didn't have to wear those uniforms. I wore a skirt instead. But
yeah, we did. I mean, but it is kind of. I mean, I don't see a problem with this. It is kind of the official start to summer too. Mm-hmm. So it's like it is a lot of people have cookouts, celebrations, and there's nothing wrong with that.
It's nothing wrong with that, but just in that time frame of like today, at one point, just take time and just just remember those who have given their that served and
Apparently, Ken wants a "I'm a booby" shirt.
So I'm trying to work on that. Our graphic designer will be home this week, so we'll ask her about that. I mean, even for me, Bert has a red, white, and blue cowboy hat on and an American flag in his hand, and Buster has a little that someone. Say, no, I won't. It's just a pet peeve of mine that I mean, I guess, and I may be more aware of it just because I have I have family members that have served, but then my daughter also
in the game,
serves. It's a little bit different. So
I know Ghost is I believe he was a Marine. He was or was he in the Army? I don't know. Correct me, Ghostus. I know you were in one of the forces. So
yeah, so it's just kind of and the one thing I will tell people, if you're in the United States, even if you're not in the United States and you come here and you're on the East Coast, if you can go to Arlington Cemetery, it is the most amazing place to go, just to see. I mean, you've been to. I made Jeff go to Arlington.
Oh yeah. Well, I wanted to.
You wanted to, but I mean, I was like, let's go.
That is if you have never been there, I recommend going there. It is, man, what a
it's
somber
very
place.
Very heartbelt. I mean,
you can watch the changing of the guard
but if you see, even when you see the horse-drawn carriage bringing in a casket to be for ceremony, I mean, it's just. It's
a cool place to go.
It's just very, it humbles you.
It's massive. It is so freaking big. Like you have to take the little trolley tour, whatever. I mean, if you're gonna do it, you have to get on that.
It's so much.
Or
walking.
you'd spend, a 12-hour day there looking at everything. So
it's I mean, it's one of the greatest places if you really want to get a lot of information. Going to Arlington is a huge.
I should post that on our channel because we did videotape part of the changing of the guard thing.
Yeah, but I mean, you can see that on.
People already have it on YouTube. Hey, Justin, how you doing? Brian Yates, hello.
Yeah, and that's the thing too. That's another thing that we kind of stress a lot is that a lot of those that have served also have mental health issues. Have especially depending on when they served. There's quite a few. I know I have someone that in my family that they served and they ended up unliving. So
that's it. I mean, I don't doubt that they witnessed things that cause you to really have issues.
And it's also like for my daughter, she can't tell us what she does. So there are certain jobs that I know that she possibly could have to do that would totally destroy her if she would have to do something. So I mean, but I think that's with everybody. If they may have something that.
There's a lot of comments about people serving and relatives serving and people not doing so well after the fact. And
I worry about that with my daughter because she's never close to home ever. I mean, she's the closest she's ever been to home has been 13
Nebraska?
hours? Yeah, 13 hours. Right. She's never close to home.
But she does fortunately have a job that is very, very safe and protected. I mean, they're not letting people get to them.
No, she's protected, but it's still scary.
Yeah. Oh yeah, for sure. I mean, a nuke, I don't care how protected you are. Like if that crap ever want to kick off.
So I mean, it's just, but so that is my little soapbox, Dan, is this that know the difference between Memorial Day and it's not it's supposed to be a remembrance. Veterans Day that's when you think veterans, and then Armed Forces, that is who you think, those that are currently serving.
That is, Justin, that is a place that I really, really want to go to. My
that daughter.
Would definitely, I don't know if you guys know American Hollywood. Back in the day, all the World War II movies were very much like, we shoot them, you never see any blood, people fall over, die, we always win, you don't see us taking shots. But when Saving Private Ryan came out, and how realistic that first 15-20 minutes was, that opened a lot of people's eyes as to what really happened on that battle. That was intense. That was crazy.
Yeah, what's crazy though, so my daughters, when they were in high school, they had a teacher, Mr. Ponslon, best teacher ever. He was very big into like World War II, and he taught World War II, and he did a lot of history class. Oh, he actually, they would love it when they had they would make. He did the most crazy things with the kids, and the kids. He had a wait list to get into his class, and so you usually had to have taken another one of his classes to get into his World War II class, because you kind of got. You were. It was like a draw to get into it. But he would do. One of the activities he did is you had to make a ration meal from like the Depression, World War II era. Would have to do that. They did. They would do Normandy with paintballs. They had a paintball field laid out, and they did
reenacted.
So they reenacted Normandy, kinda. And then they actually, I felt bad because we had a German student. And we prepared these German students because my daughter was in the German exchange, but then she also had this teacher.
Yeah, but
he had a Nazi uniform and a Nazi flag in his classroom. And it wasn't, so we had to prepare them when they went in. It's like, no, that's not what he is. It's just historical and they got over it kind of. We had one that did not like it, so she didn't go to that class with my daughter, but they, he would actually, they dug bunkers. They were digging bunkers, and they would literally have to do a whole day. Like they were digging bunkers and doing like they would do. It was like, the kids love to do this. It was like so crazy.
I've got some friends of mine that they were going through their parents' stuff when their parents passed away, and found an actual Nazi flag, like a real one from Germany back in the day. And it wasn't because they were white supremacists or I better watch my mouth or YouTube's going to turn this shit off. But and then another friend of mine, when his mom passed away, the stories that she told him, wow. And she was Prussian, so she was fighting against the Germans, and but the stories that she told about living in, oh my God, they were cruel.
We had one family in theater that their grandmother had been to a concentration camp.
Oh,
so yeah, so she would talk to us about it. It was crazy.
That's one thing that does, like, it pisses me off when people say that the Holocaust never happened. Like that drives me nuts. It's propaganda bullshit, but it makes me mad.
So this is true. To be a guard for the Tomb of the Unknown Soldier, or to be on the Arlington, you do they volunteer, but then they only serve so long. I can't remember how long they have to serve the detail, but it's an honor to get, because not very many people are chosen for that.
There's a pretty good YouTube video on the process and all that stuff.
But it's very
that is, and it's such a precise thing all the time. One little screw up, man, and they get uptight. And they, like, if you're disrespectful, they'll stop and scream at you. Like, it's not a joke. Like they don't put up with that at all.
Yeah.
You visited Normandy years back, bumped into an old fellow who served in the same unit as Private Brotheridge. Oh, the first person to die. Okay. Yeah, that's
also, they can't drink, can't swear. And that's for life. Once they commit to that, it's like the rest of their life is they serve.
Really? I didn't.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Huh. It's very.
That's.
They do have. It used to be restricted to men,
Canadians.
but I believe now there's one or two female guards. There's not very many females though, but it's very. Of course, one of them wants to go out.
Yep. That's. Yeah, I can imagine, like, if you were over there, like, I don't know if your dad served, you may have said that before and I just missed it, but, like, I would probably imagine that you would wonder why people would make entertaining films about such a horrible thing. But, it's crazy. Like I said, hey, Joe, how you doing?
Okay, so I'm off my soapbox now.
Yep. Okay, so, that's, Dana just told her story. I had one little thing I wanted to discuss because it absolutely makes me laugh my ass off. Is that Annabelle is missing? Did you hear that?
Oh no!
Yeah.
Oh, that's kind of fun.
Well, that's, I mean, a lot of people are saying it, reporting on it, but she's not, and they've done videos from the museum that she's safe and sound in the museum. But supposedly she came up missing in Chicago, I think. But she's also been blamed for a plantation burning down and prisoners breaking out of jail. Like it. So Annabelle is on the U.S.
Well,
tour,
did
just
you see
wreaking
what
havoc.
I showed you about Kenny Biddle? I sent it to you.
Well, yeah, his part of the demonologist book.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was laughing. I'm like,
Well, yeah, we all know Kenny Biddle thinks they're full of shit.
Yeah, but I mean, he did put it in the book.
Yeah, Kenny makes notes in the book. And one of the notes that was right above it, it said, "This is bullshit."
Yeah, I did see that one part.
Yep. So yeah, Annabelle is safe at home. She's not wreaking havoc anywhere. Not that she could or would, but it's just amazing how many people believe that. Like,
Yeah.
I just, yeah, Dawson, we know it's fake. Who knows? Maybe the Warren or maybe Nesper started it to, it's good publicity for them. The new movie's going to come out. People start talking about Annabelle. So yeah, I mean, or did we start it? Because we've talked on a couple lives. I'm not saying that we did, about how we don't believe that that's the real Annabelle.
Yeah.
And I wonder if maybe, because I know we talked about it with Florio on that one spontaneous Saturday Night Live. Okay, she thinks the movie studio. That's very, very possible. Yeah, anything to get free publicity.
And I know Laura had said something about missing us on Saturday. Yeah, we missed you guys too, but we had to take care of family.
Yep,
so.
we were going to do it, signed up to do it, and I would not have canceled had circumstances not been what they are to do a family gathering kind of last minute, because I mean, you guys have
whenever those come
around.
Those other, I mean, obviously you guys know, and anytime something family comes up, I mean, this was kind of last minute, spur of the moment kind of stuff, and it was like, okay, if somebody asks to do something, it's kind of like, okay, we just do it.
Yep. So yeah, so many people believe in dumb shit like Annabelle did this and that, but if you tell them that their house is haunted, they laugh at you. Yep. Actually, a lot of times people get mad at us if we tell them their house isn't haunted. They get really mad. It's crazy.
This is funny.
The fact that people spend, and it's not like a $5 look-see. It's pretty expensive from what I've been told. Wait a minute, $96 to go on? Holy shit. That's crazy. Yeah, that's criminal. I mean, now, if people want to spend their money on it, it's their right to do it. But damn, Tony, come on. Yep, we did our family time. We had a cookout, all that stuff. So that's why we couldn't join Laura's show on Saturday. I didn't even get a chance to watch it yet, guys.
It's been kind of.
I've been bad this weekend. Like, I haven't done anything. I cut the grass today. I mean, I cooked a lot, but
yeah.
I mean, as far as YouTube and stuff,
baked.
I didn't work on anything.
I baked a lot
YouTube
this weekend.
Yep.
But I did weeds. I have to stay.
Pulled weeds. Don't say did weeds.
Well, yeah, no.
People are going to think you hit the dispensary.
I actually did the weed. I sprayed for the weeds and all that because I can't do a lot of the yard work.
Right.
Because it makes my face do that. Well, my face is a little red right now because
you got sunburn yesterday. You were out in your
got
hammock.
a little bit. Yeah, I did hammock time yesterday. So.
Joe, did you get in trouble? Uh-oh. I need to hear this story. I have not heard this story. Joe, what'd you do? I mean, Joe's pretty good at getting himself in trouble, I think.
That's a girl.
Because when it comes to, Joe doesn't hold back a whole lot.
No.
I think everybody kind of knows that. There's nothing wrong with that. I mean, he's blunt, but yeah, it comes with trouble sometimes. I like that better.
They sold 1,000 tickets at 96 to see Annabelle in a huge backup queue. Oh my gosh.
That is crazy. That is fucking insane. Another thing too that's kind of been floating around the I don't know, debunking videos I've seen is a lot of people think that the debunking people are like My microphone keeps sagging. Never mind. I won't say it.
Is it sagging like your?
Look, my thing is not. It's not holding like it used to.
Wow, I think
No
that's
comments.
a TMI.
Everybody, shut up.
TMI.
There it is. It stayed up this time.
Are you sure it's
Yeah,
gonna
I
stay
just
up?
gave it. I just gave it a little Viagra. It's all good.
Oh, okay.
Squirt, squirt. But yeah, everybody like some people are saying that like debunkers are going at it with each other, and like I'm just not really seeing that. I don't know, but then again, I'm not on like Twitter and Instagram and stuff, so I mean maybe there's battles and wars and fights and shit that I just don't see. But yeah, I'm not seeing that like other people definitely or say they are. Yeah, I did. I hit it with some Viagra, Ian. Should I have what was that? Pretend haunted doll? Exactly.
We did that one.
We tried to.
We did. We actually
Yeah.
acted like we have
We faked a video with a haunted doll, and accidentally we didn't even plan on this, but caught an EVP. But what it was is the people were upstairs talking.
you can hear it from the vent.
Came through the laundry chute.
But they were like all the way across the house. And they were at one end of the house. We were at the other end of the house, and you could still hear it. And we thought at first it was an EVP, and then it was like, wait. And then we redid it, and it's like, nope, it's not.
Wayne, you have to say, in my opinion, or you're going to get sued. But in my opinion, I don't believe that is the original one either. But that's in my opinion. I have no proof to back it up. Just pictures I've seen of the old and new, and it just so. Are the dogs? Oh, Bubba's trapped, I think.
No, he's right here. Oh yeah, he is. How'd you get back there?
I don't even. He's probably been back there for like 30 minutes.
No, he hasn't. He was laying down. Who probably trapped him?
Yeah. The debunkers are fighting in the wrestling ring.
Oh my gosh,
spaghetti.
that is so.
That was hilarious.
Amazing.
Yep.
I subscribed to that because that was hysterical. I mean, I don't subscribe to that, but that was pretty cool.
Okay, you made it so my chair went back up.
Well, sorry, I had to get Bubba out.
Hang on, I gotta.
What are you doing?
There we go. When you push the thing in it, like it gets a stiff back. I like it floppy.
I don't.
I know. It's fixed.
Okay.
All right. So how about the Cowboys? Hey, Carla, how are you? I think the only thing that bothers me is the fake or not. The Warrens are dead and can't defend themselves anymore. So I agree with that to a point. If you're going after them personally, that's different. But going after their cases
that's another story.
Yeah. If you get, I mean, there's things of record that prove that a lot of what they did wasn't right.
Somebody did it.
What? A lot of what they did wasn't. What? Uh-oh, Bill, you might be in trouble. Bill Brutus. Just kidding. You're not in trouble.
No.
Thanks for joining us.
Go back and watch the beginning.
Yeah. We discussed like Memorial Day, Veterans Day, the differences and all that stuff.
Yeah.
Free Annabelle. Yes. Hashtag free Annabelle. Yes, yes, yes. I don't know what else should we do tonight, because I kind of ran out of stuff to talk about. Should we watch some?
Anybody got questions?
Raw, yeah. If you guys don't have questions, maybe we can watch some raw investigation footage from like maybe me and Dawson or me and Joe and Kenny. I can't really watch anymore with the Sonic guy.
We are going to be going on a ghost hunt soon.
Another
next month. We are going to Collingwood Art Center again, but this one's just going to be me and Jeff. I think on that one, right? Yeah.
Collingwood?
Yeah. It's just me and you. I don't think Jerry's going.
Oh, correct. Yeah. But Harold and Becky.
Oh, yeah. But I'm just saying we'll be just by ourselves.
There'll be 10 of us, but.
We'll be by ourselves.
No, because we'll have to.
No. He's having Amber and Jason do the.
Oh.
Yeah.
That'd be cool.
Still think we need to kind of watch them, but check in on them every once in a while. But
Yep.
yeah.
Yeah. So I mean, I am working on a documentary on that place. I've got years and years of
It's like
going
we
there.
got schooled.
Yeah. I've got years of going there, years of stories, and it's not it potentially is not a nice place. Hello, W Collier 73. How are you, Feral Goth Gal? Oh, she just jumped in here right when we started talking about Collingwood. So you have 2 live-in tenants now. Okay.
Oh, okay.
Hopefully they're fucking quiet. Tell them to be quiet. Just kidding.
Yes.
How do I become a live-in tenant? You wouldn't want to live there?
No, because we can't have our dogs there.
Yes, we can.
No, I'm not taking my dogs there.
Damn it. I want to live at Collingwood.
Go ahead.
What?
You live by yourself.
Were you ever disappointed with the location that you expected to be super haunted? Yes, Brian, absolutely. The first one we went to that school, Middle Point School.
Mm-hmm.
Man, the stories on that place were crazy. I mean,
from what the guy said,
Jasco got possessed. The tour was like, yeah, in this room, this is going to happen. This room, this is going to happen. All this stuff. And we didn't even have a building noise to go chase, to go see, hey, what the hell was that? Like, that was the quietest investigation I think I've ever been on. Yeah, throw that question up there. So yes, like I did get to investigate with Side-Eye Guy, and something that surprised me was, honest to God, how serious he took things. I thought it was just going to be a joke the whole time, because I had seen him at like the Conjuring House and things like that. I thought everything was, and I was fine if it would have just been all fun and games. But he actually like is serious when he does it. I mean, there's jokes in between and things like that, but
make sure if you're asking a question, you put a Q in front of it so I see it.
Yep.
Because I caught one, but it doesn't have a Q.
Where is the most haunted location you've investigated? I mean, I have to think that one residential case.
Mm-hmm.
That's. I mean, I legit will go out on a limb and say that is a haunted house, in my opinion.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of interesting things. We won't call it evidence, but a lot of things have happened there that we can't explain.
Seeing shadows, seeing things happen in the house.
But as far as a public place, I gotta think Collingwood. Been some weird.
For me, it would be the state Mansfield.
See, I've never been there.
Yeah, Mansfield. I've had a lot of crazy stuff happen to me when I've gone there. The 3 times I've gone there, I've always had something happen to me.
Come on, this thing. Please don't tell me this is breaking. It's driving me nuts.
Okay, here's one.
Shadow Cat. Yeah, I believe that one house that we're talking about.
Yeah.
It's and it's actually, I mean, it's a secret, but it's not a secret because a TV show.
Mm-hmm.
I forget the name of the show, but they did an episode on it. It's complete bullshit what they said, but
yeah,
it was on a TV show.
It was on a TV show, but we talk about it in lectures, but the person has given us permission to talk about it. The owner of the house gives permission.
And that's
to
another
talk
one.
about
I'll put a video out about that someday, and only because, like I said, you guys know my feelings on exploiting people for content, blah blah blah. But this guy actually wants his story out there because when they were going through it, they felt like no one else had. Like, you know what I mean? It's not like it's not like if you got a leak, you call a plumber.
Yeah.
So, he's totally on board with his story being told. He's, does interviews, but it's more of an after the fact storytelling session than, we're filming our ghost hunts there. We're interviewing them when they're scared out of their minds. So,
yeah.
Any bucket? Oh my God, I have tons.
There's all kinds of places.
What's one of yours? Where'd you like to go?
I said I'd like to go to the castles. No, what? Don't one that's locally, like not locally here. Oh, that's another thing we talk about. But there's something that's close to us that's not like extremely far. Mohican. Yeah, the castle, Mohican Castle.
Oh yeah.
It's
yeah.
like it's at down in like southern
Is
Ohio.
it called Mohican Castle?
Yeah, isn't it?
I think it's in Mohican Park, but I thought it was something different.
I thought
Maybe
it
it is Mohican
I
Castle.
think it's
I don't know.
Mohican Castle. But anyhow, that they have a lot of
Yeah.
stuff there. But
That's a
anyhow,
cool place too.
we have something that's kind of cool that's not even 30 minutes from us. They've got a legit, they think, Bigfoot sighting.
Oh, that's
in
15 minutes from us.
Yeah, in Monroe County.
Yeah, supposedly
which is
there was
just
a.
up the. I mean, it's like within 30 minutes because Monroe County is pretty big. But where they're seeing it, we're like within probably 15 minutes of it.
Yeah. So yeah, there was a. It was all over the place on Facebook and stuff. There was a.
People are going to Monroe
Very-
to try to find this.
Yeah, a very
Bigfoot.
credible sighting of Bigfoot. It was 2 fishermen and a dog. So, the dog was listed as a credible witness. But I mean, to go up there right now at the moment, I think it would be pointless because
Yeah.
you're just going to run into people. Plus,
I
part of me wanted to get a Bigfoot costume on and just wander around in the woods.
I think Penhurst would be cool to go to.
Yeah, Penhurst would be cool. So my ultimate bucket list place, and probably before they fixed it up, I really wanted to go to Boleskine House, which is Aleister Crowley's house over in Loch Ness, or it's in Scotland. Either that or Dracula's castle.
I mean, any castles I think would be cool to go to.
Yeah, there's a lot of places in the UK that don't even allow people
Oh
to.
wait,
But
well, I love Wayne's Comet. Apparently, he must have because he was credible.
yeah,
Oh wait, and
they
this
said he was
this
credible.
is the worst part though. We have someone that could give us details of everything, but they're not around to give the details. They weren't there, so they wouldn't have the details.
Yeah, but they may know somebody that did.
Yeah, but I'm just saying, but we can't get them yet because they're not around right now. But yeah, so we're laughing. So we're trying to get all the deets on that.
Yeah, we should have gone Bigfoot hunting this weekend.
All right.
We
We're
would love to
trying
come to the UK.
We were planning on coming, but then things happened family wise, and so right now that's on the back burner. But it would be nice to eventually come.
Yep.
We have
So,
lots of friends in the UK.
Apparently, I'm pronouncing it wrong.
What?
It's Boleskine. Oh, Boleskine Castle. Okay, my bad. It burned down it's been a while ago, but they're putting a lot of money in it right now to restore it to, like, I think they're going to make some kind of event hall out of it, like you can rent it out for weddings and stuff like that. So, I mean, I think I could be totally wrong. I did want to buy a rock from there.
That's Jeff's thing. He collects.
Yeah, I collect
Okay,
rocks.
so this is funny. So wherever our kids go, they bring him back rocks. People, when they go through customs and that, people probably are like,
I got
bring
rocks
back
from
a rock.
all over the world.
And they're just kind of small. It's not like huge rocks, but just small.
Yeah. I did get sent a rock from the foundation of, oh crap, what's his name? Ed Gein, his house. Somebody went and picked one up. And,
Yeah. Isn't it around here somewhere?
yeah, it's over there in the pile.
Yeah, yeah, it's over there.
Yep.
It's like,
I mean, nobody, I don't think any of the shit's on it, but
no. Nice, sweet boy.
yeah, I don't know.
What you
I've always been obsessed with okay, I gotta say this right this time because I've been corrected. Boleskine House, because Jimmy Page, I'm a big Led Zeppelin fan, and Jimmy Page owned the house as well, and they did some recording there, and I think that's where John Bonham died. So I mean, there's a lot of, I don't know. I just think it would have been a cool place to go. If it's true that a church burned, yeah, show that one. If it's true that a church burned down on the site, it's odd other buildings that burned down. Yeah, supposedly the church was burned down on purpose. This is the story I've heard. People were locked in the church, and then the church was set on fire. That's the story I heard. So, don't know if it's true or not,
Hi.
but
You got a full belly? You should after eating a whole hamburger.
yeah, buy our shit. Thanks, Carla, for being a continued member for 8 months. So you've been around almost since the beginning, because I think we determined last week we've been
A year.
12 months. We've offered memberships. I do want to go live some night this week.
Oh, excuse me.
Yeah. I do a members only live where we go over some raw footage and stuff. The rock climbing scene in the song remains the same as. Oh wow. Okay. Yep, I remember that scene.
Well, I have Tuesday and Thursday. I have Special Olympics. So
Plus, it's. I believe it's in the background when they come up to Jimmy Page. He's on that. I think he's on the property, if I remember right. When they film the beginning,
Bubba,
and they're going to tell Jimmy
what are
Page that
you
they got
doing?
tour dates.
what are you doing?
Is he trying to hit the bell or something? Does he gotta go outside?
He's over there like putting his head in the corner.
He's pissed off. Boo got the extra hamburger.
Yeah, probably. Here.
Yeah, so I made hamburgers, and Boo's had a very. She's been well fed this weekend.
For the last couple weekends.
Yeah, with extra stuff she's not supposed to have.
That she's stealing off of the store. What are you doing?
He's trying to. Okay, Jesus. Yep, show that one. Have you ever investigated Pine Lawn Manor? No, I've never heard of it. Wait a minute. Paranormal Quest went there with Twin Paranormal? Oh, no.
Where's that at?
Yeah, I don't. Yeah, where's that? Fairgothgal. I've never heard of that place. Pine Lawn Manor. Nope, never heard of it. There's a lot of places that are within a couple hour drive from us that I'd like to go.
Yeah. There's one like close to where I work at.
So Brian had bacon cheeseburgers. Yeah, we made some cheeseburgers.
We had because I've been craving burgers, so we had them on Friday and we had them again today.
And
but
then,
we had really good pork chops yesterday.
Oh yeah, I discovered the key to making the perfect pork chop. Oh, okay, separate investigations. Thank God. I'd hate to think Paranormal Quest investigated with those two goofballs. Thank God. Because Paranormal Quest, in my opinion, is one of the good ones. Oh, it's in Illinois. Okay.
Not too far from us.
No. Yeah, I've never heard of it, though.
There's a lot of places in Indiana, which we should look into because... Oh, excuse me. We go to Indiana often. I will say, though, there are a couple places at University of Notre Dame that are pretty interesting to me.
They're just cool and old. No, we have never, ever been to New England.
I have, but
yeah, I've never been there.
I was, like, younger.
Yep.
But this was before I had abilities. And, like, when I was in Massachusetts. I was in Massachusetts, New Hampshire, Rhode Island. I can't even remember all the places I went, but I just got like everywhere I went, I kept feeling like somebody was watching me the entire time.
So I gotta think the highest I've been.
You've been more West Coast. I've been more East Coast.
I do West and South. Like I've driven to Vegas before. I've been to Vegas is as far as west as I've gone. A lot of southern states. But I've never been up to New England. We went to Montana.
Because like I've done like some parts of Canada, and then I've done a lot of the East Coast. The only place in East Coast I really haven't gone to was Maine, I think. Everything else pretty much East Coast I've been to.
I do want to go.
And then like southern going down. I've been to Texas, Nebraska, and like from Texas, Nebraska, there's like kind of and all the way to East Coast.
Yeah, I do want to go see Kenny sometime, Kenny Biddle.
Because we found out we're not that far from each other.
5 hours.
Yeah, it was so great. We were like, wait, what? It was like, no way.
Thank you, Julie Ann. Been a member for 5 months. We appreciate that. Like I said, I'm going to try and get a members only live this week, and we're going to go through some raw stuff because I'm going to put out an investigation video soon. I've got a couple I'm working on, but what's been your favorite experience on it? What's yours? You want to go first, or do you want to think about it?
Let me think about that for a minute.
I mean, so this isn't a paranormal experience necessarily, because we did have something happen there, but I think the most fun I've ever had was when I met, because it was the first time, because we didn't do it for fun, but when I met Dawson at the Randolph County Asylum, and we had such a massive big building and it was just the two of us. We didn't have to worry about contamination. You know, it was just, that was the first time I really had done it for fun. So
I think my favorite investigation was when we were in when we went to
Virginia.
North no. Well, that one was okay, but
Yeah.
no, when we went to North Ridgeville. And the first time we went.
Oh yeah, yeah, that was a cool
because
place.
that was really cool. And I actually, this was before I really was working. I mean, I just started working on my abilities, and I mean, so I did a lot of the investigation for that place, and just not investigation, a lot of the research for the place before we investigate. I got to do a lot of that stuff, so it was pretty cool to get, especially when you found out it was on the underground railroad and all the history of it being a stagecoach, and it just kept going on. But then the experience we had, the live experience we had where we caught it, everybody, 5 of us heard it live. We caught it on 5 recorders and on video. So that one is kind of cool.
Yeah, that was, and it's got Underground Railroad history, and like,
it's got the town history. It's just got so much history.
Didn't they say Lincoln stayed there?
Not Lincoln. I think he passed through it or something. I can't remember.
Yeah.
But there was so much history. It was so crazy.
So I asked Sag, now I'll ask you guys too. Would you ever? Oh, hell yeah. See, the thing is, guys, if money was no option, I would go out every weekend or every other weekend somewhere. You know what I mean? Like but it's, hell yeah, I would love to go to the tunnels in Sacramento. Absolutely.
Yes, we are going to be changing offices. We just have to get to it. It's just been, life's been crazy. But yes, Boo has a chair that we will be putting back there. It's just we got to move, and we can't put a chair back here for her. So it will, once we're in the back room, the chair will be a present for everyone to see.
Yep.
But yes.
I live a few hundred feet from it. Yeah, we've got some around town here too. Actually, there's a historic home in Sylvania.
Yeah, we have quite a few. We have a lot of mob stuff though around here too.
Oh yeah.
So I mean, we get, because it's crazy, because this is what's funny though, because some of the homes, because they're on the water, on Lake Erie, they have docks that go kind of a little bit farther out than you would think a dock would go. But it's because they would run pipes, and they would bring in the alcohol from Canada and they would run them into the houses. And I mean, it's just crazy. And they would, other stuff too, they'd run, I mean, other kinds of stuff. So we have a lot of that.
There's stories of, and I'm not going to say the name because they deny it publicly, yet they've told us that it's pretty much true. There's a yacht club in Toledo somewhere that was like basically a port for Canadian whiskey during Prohibition.
Yeah.
And like I said, they maintain that those are rumors, not true. But, you know, I've kind of, in a way, said, I mean, yeah. So, I mean, Toledo was actually, if you think about it, Toledo is in the center of Pittsburgh, Cleveland, Detroit. Like, Toledo is right in the middle of a lot of big cities.
It's a hub.
Columbus, Cincinnati.
Because we have air, land, you have air, you have sea, and you have land. So it's not really sea, but water. So I mean, you have different sources, and rail. So there's multiple different sources.
A lot of the gangsters from Detroit would come down to Toledo to gamble and whatever.
And they would call this like Little Detroit.
Yeah.
I mean, at one point it was called Little Detroit.
Because they weren't, like, Toledo was small enough that they weren't, they could kind of get away from being watched. So they a lot of them like to come to Toledo. Youngstown too is another mob hotspot back in the day, that's just a little south of Cleveland, right?
Yeah.
So thoughts on that would be fucking fun.
I wouldn't like that.
I mean, that would be really, really
that would
cool.
not be my, I mean, I think it's a cool idea, and I love watching those people that go down. If it was in like a little sub, I might be okay with it, but to just go diving for it, no.
I love those videos of when those subs go down to the Titanic.
Yeah,
like that to me is fascinating.
Yeah, I'm not a big fan of
And there is a
water.
lot of shipwrecks here.
We do.
Lake
We
Erie
have
has a
Lake
lot of
Erie has
sunken
a lot
ships.
of sunken ships, and people don't realize how deep Lake Erie is. And there, I
Well,
mean,
Lake Erie is not very deep as
but
far as the Great Lakes.
but I'm just saying. I mean, it's deeper than people think it is.
It depends on what part.
Yeah, but like if
Yeah.
you're going out towards Put-in Bay, out that way
Yeah.
past Put-in Bay, and that they get
But
pretty deep.
compared to the other Great Lakes,
It's not
Lake
as
Erie is
deep.
the
Yeah,
shallowest.
it's the shallowest.
I think what 35, 40 feet is the deepest.
Oh no,
Or
I
is it
think
more
it's
than
it's
okay?
more than that.
I'm wrong on that then.
Yeah.
I am wrong on that. Even though I didn't think it's haunted by a witch. What's haunted by a witch? You got a floppy mic too? No, it's that one. Yep. Or no, it's the. Hang on a second. Okay, now undo that.
Jesus.
Did you twist the whole pole? There you go. Holy shit! Watch the mic cord. We don't want to crimp the ends of them.
Ow, that hurt.
So what's haunted by a witch?
I don't know.
I missed the first part. Apparently there's something there that we missed. Sorry. Oh, the Bell Witch.
Oh, okay.
I think it was Into the Fog with Peter Laws. Has an awesome telling of that story. Like I didn't get it till the end what he was talking about, but holy cow, that's a crazy story. Jimmy, they're saying that you investigated with Twin Paranormal. So sorry. Are you rescoring your entire documentary? Are you redoing all the music in it? Oh, cool. We're
He
gonna have
is not.
it's them.
Are you sure?
Yeah.
Yeah,
They
it
like to do
sounds
things
it's
at
not
night.
Alan.
So so you did have to rescore your whole thing. What? Because I know you had that video about the epidemic sound. So what did you end up using for music? Just curious. And no one accused you of investigating with Twin Paranormal. That was a joke. Why are you so tired?
I don't know.
It's a holiday weekend. You got to sleep in.
I know. And the dogs actually let me sleep in today.
Me yawn.
I think it's just because I know I have to go to bed because I have to be up early to go to my appointment at 7:30 in the morning.
I hate going back to work after holiday weekends.
Well, it's nice because I have a 4-day weekend. Well, this is a 4-day week because I had a 4-day weekend, which was nice. But then I have a 4-day week, but only 3 are full days. And then Friday's a half day. Then I come back, then I have 1 week back that I have just 4 days and a half day. And then I have a 4-day week and then another 4-day week. So it's kind of nice. Do you get those caffeine ADHDs where it puts you into deep sleep, Dana? No, I actually, I don't think caffeine really puts me, it soothes me. It's like gets me kind of where I'm focused. But although I can say when I was younger, I used to drink like a lot of Code Red Mountain Dew, and then I would get sleepy afterwards. But I don't. Caffeine keeps it because everybody's like, "Oh my God, that's gonna make you more jittery." It doesn't. It doesn't make me completely fall asleep, but it does kind of get me killed. Like I literally do have to have caffeine. If I don't have caffeine, I can't function. But I need it. The reason I need it to function is because it kind of mellows me where I'm not.
Yeah, I just need coffee to be normal. Like don't even attempt to talk to me until I've had my coffee in the morning.
Yeah, see,
I mean, you can try, but it's not gonna.
I'm to the point where for when I first got diagnosed, I did take the medication, but now that I'm older, I just didn't like the side effects. So I've come up with my own ways of treating my ADHD, which it seems to work. So caffeine is a big part of it, though. I do have to have caffeine. And it doesn't make me hyper, I don't think.
No.
Yeah.
Nope, I don't think so.
Now, this is something, though. I can't do Monsters because those give me headaches. and the
Well,
jitters.
because they're so high
Yeah,
in sugar. Like,
Those
yeah.
give me headaches and jitters. Now, my daughter can do this. I just
used
can't
to drink
do
the
my.
shit out of Monsters.
Plus, with me being in the medical field, I won't do Monsters
Yeah,
or any of those energy drinks. I do natural energy drinks. Like I have, it's a turmeric and something else that I put in my water, that my flavored water that I do, and that's what I use for like a little boost of energy.
Yeah, because I used to
Yeah,
drink Monsters like crazy. I think I would probably have a heart attack now if I drank them like I used to.
Yeah.
I'm older now.
Now my daughter, she drinks the sugar-free ones.
Yeah, Ghost Quest. We have some that we need to try. It's that mushroom coffee.
Yeah.
We
have hot chocolate and coffee, but we've never tried them.
Yeah.
Yeah, I need to though.
So Dave gets headaches without caffeine. Yeah, I do too. Oh man,
he's non-functioning before his first couple sips.
Jolt back in the day, Jolt Cola.
Oh my God, Jolt!
Remember that?
Yeah.
What was it? Double the sugar and twice the caffeine. I think was their advertisement or something like that.
That was crazy.
Ugh. So yeah, I do want to try that sometime. That mushroom stuff we have.
I know we have it sitting there. We just haven't tried it. Like thinking of that, I do have to make my coffee for my iced coffee. So who likes hot coffee and who likes iced coffee? And now I'm not talking like the frozen like Starbucks like frappes and all that.
You're talking dumping your coffee on ice cubes.
Ice cube, yeah, that's my way to go. So I make my own coffee and then I just put my own because you can get it but I like just doing iced coffee. I mean, I like both.
So we got Dana says both. Shadowcat says neither, and Jimmy is an iced coffee fan.
Yeah, I drink both. Surge too. Yeah. Oh my God, Surge.
Wait, Neurogum. What is that? Keep talking. I'm gonna look that up.
Neurogum. I've never heard of that.
How's it spelled? A-E-N-E.
Yeah, we do. Like I said, I used to just do hot coffee every day, but now I'm into like cold coffee. I like the iced coffee because I sometimes when I get to work, I sometimes have to go. So having the iced coffee and I put it in one of my cups that's kind of insulated, so it stays cold pretty long.
Oh, so it's an energy gum. Yeah, I've never heard of that stuff.
Oh yeah, no, I probably wouldn't do that.
Wow. Oh, one thing we did this weekend that was productive is we watched the series The Penguin on HBO Max. That was a badass show.
Because Jeff started watching it and said, you got to watch it. I actually got to a point where I was further along than him.
Yep.
Because I watched so much of it.
Florio's a cold brew person. Yeah, I saw it was brain gum. It's kind of energy gum and stuff like that.
Yeah, I do. We do green tea. We do tea too. We drink a lot of tea. But I do I do flavored coffee. I just got done with my Black Rifle pumpkin spice coffee. I used up my last pitcher of coffee I did was that. Now I'm on to a new one. I don't remember what the flavor is, but I'm going to try that one.
Did you ever drink that Black Rifle stuff that
in the can?
The Black Rifle coffee that didn't Blake give you some?
Yeah, the pumpkin spice.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, pumpkin spice. Because Blake and I, same birthday, pumpkin spice guys.
I'm gonna write that down as a gift idea.
Yeah, I go in spurts with the tea, but then I do like flavored. I make my because like this is fine because there's certain companies that sell like dietary supplements and all that.
Hey, Tupla's in the house.
Herbalife, and they have like the tea bombs and all that. I've learned to make my own tea bombs because then on like TikTok they have them where you can buy them and they're like $2-3 each. I've learned to make them things myself, and let me tell you, they don't cost me that much to make, and they do just fine for me. I'm like, I like my tea bombs, and I just make them myself.
Tupla, who you're referring to as Uncle Junk. That's funny. I probably should drink more tea than I do because I do like it.
Yeah.
Hot and
in the
iced.
wintertime, I think we drink more.
I like the citrusy ones, like with like orange and apple and
Yeah.
whatever. Let's see. If tea is more caffeine, then why do people go on about coffee? I don't know.
Not all teas have. I mean, it depends on what kind of coffee it is.
But
too.
he's from the UK, so I mean,
Yeah, so
their
your
tea's,
tea,
their
yeah.
tea's different. I think.
I
I don't know. I have like 30 teas in my cupboard right now,
What's
but
this?
only one coffee. What? No, who's Uncle Junk? I don't know. Oh, so Jimmy's Uncle Junk.
Okay.
I'm apparently out of the loop on something very major. Tea does have more caffeine.
A lot of
Ooh,
times
shit,
in
maybe I need
the
to
like
switch.
in the fall and like it's in wintertime, I drink a lot more tea because of my throat. Because I always get like a sore throat and that. So
I like tea with whiskey, lemon, and honey. Hot
that
toddies.
doesn't surprise me. Although I have found the Crystal Light. Crystal Light has mixology. It's called mixology, and
Yeah,
they have
Jimmy, I said who's
they
Uncle Junk.
have a what was it? A blackberry mojito, a watermelon margarita, and a Mai Tai. They're really good. Those are kind of the flavors I've been using in my flavor bomb or my tea bombs right now and that. So
how do you get the fizz or the sour?
that's with my energy one that I use.
Okay. Was I drinking mushroom coffee from there? Is that what that was? What was I drinking? It wasn't coffee. It was
It was
something
a
else.
protein.
I swore
It was
they
a
said it was a mushroom drink, though.
No, it was protein. It was a protein coffee.
I don't know. Yeah, because I actually didn't drink coffee for about, 6 months? We were going there all the time.
Yeah.
2-ply, we have
But
been
it's
good.
like,
How have
it's like
you
almost
been?
$12 for like it was like
Fuck
$12
man.
for a tea, like an energy tea, and I'm like, nope, that's when I learned to make them myself.
Well, yeah, it was $12 for 2 drinks.
No, for like now at one point it's like $12 for one, so I'm like, nope.
Yeah, we're not.
No, I just make them myself.
We're not that rich. Oh, Philip's here. Hey, Philip, how you doing? Stay tuned. There he is. There he is. No one has made a pizzerita. I want to make a pizzerita. You're right. I've not done that. It's a margarita pizza.
Oh.
I've heard a lot of people say good things about them. Yeah, Jamie has been working a lot. Jamie busted into the scene, was out there all the time, and then all of a sudden, boom, he disappeared. We thought he got kidnapped, but he's been working third shift, working nights. He's got a pretty good job. So I don't want to say where he works. That's not my place to say. But Ann Grace, good night. It's after 1 here. Yeah, I mean, you UK people that stay up and watch us, like, God bless you. Pinky has been a member for 2 months. We appreciate you, Pinky. Thank you. What is that dragon from? Is that Spyro in your logo picture thing? Spyro the dragon. Man, my eyes are starting to itch from cutting the grass.
I'm finally,
Yeah,
my skin is starting to not itch so bad, so we'll see what happens tomorrow.
Yep. I'm starting to get like goofy. Yeah, that's what I thought, Ghostess. I thought it was Spyro. That was a fun game. Playing that.
Wait, your work? Okay, 2-ply. Your work? They don't give you holiday pay where you're at? That's crazy.
Wait, what? He might be salary. I think he makes an okay salary though.
Yeah, but still.
But if you're on salary, you don't get like double time or anything like that for holiday pay.
Still, that sucks.
Hey, Anita. Hello. You're saying that we should go to bed rather than. I mean, Pomp, it's probably time better spent.
When you're on the other, in another
it's
time
probably
zone.
more healthy to get your sleep rather than stay up and listen to us babble for. Yeah, so 2-ply, you've been a member for 4 months. Wow, awesome! Thank you, 2-ply. No, we've never said you weren't a real boy. You're a third shifter, so that makes you a vampire, but that's all right.
Yeah,
We
that
won't hold
always
it against
sucks if you're a temp at hospitals that you don't get holiday pay.
Wait, you did really?
Yeah. If you're a temp or if you're a temp, like at ours,
Yeah.
if you work in if you work what do they call it? God, I can't think of what they call it.
Holidays?
No,
Well, that's bullshit.
yeah, I can't remember. But yeah, basically if you're basically an on-call person or a temp, basically you work when you basically tell them when you can work and you don't get holiday pay.
Oh.
You don't get a lot of perks.
So two-ply is salary, not to be confused with celery, according to Philip. Yeah, I mean, no offense, Jamie, but I don't think Jamie's a big fan of celery.
Yeah.
I mean, obviously, I'm not. I think fat guys can pick on fat guys. So
yeah, we like for where I work, we get all like if the holiday because we work Monday through Friday, so if the holiday falls on, what they do is like they add like we get PTO, personal time off, and or earned time off. They call it earned time off. So they give you like they actually put in like time for holidays and that. So you get like every pay you get so much and that you bank it. So then, but then when it comes to like today, I will have to use 8 of those hours to pay for if I want to get paid for the holiday. But I mean, they give you.
see you later, Jethro.
You get plenty to. I mean, if you do it right, you can cover it. So
Yeah, and I'm self-employed, so I don't get paid at all. Time and a half, nothing.
So I usually I get paid for. I pretty much get paid for holidays. So, but I never have to work holidays.
It was funny too because when I started my business years ago, I was like, man, this is gonna be great. I'm gonna take every Friday afternoon off and go golfing. And then I didn't golf for like 10 years. I just started the last couple of years golfing again, but yeah, it wasn't all what I thought it was going to be. So God bless self-employed people. I mean, there's benefits for sure. Like
when you need help to help the family, you can rearrange your schedule.
Yep. You can do what you want. You're in control of your schedule.
The downside,
you don't get paid when you're not working.
Another downside though is benefits.
Yep. No benefits. It's not guaranteed work. Like, I've been lucky to have been blessed pretty much most of the time with having plenty of work.
And you do everything by word of mouth too.
Yep. But I've never been the best businessman. Like there's guys that are in my situation that are rolling in it.
But you're fair. You don't.
Yeah, I charge fair prices. But I could charge more.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it's not fair that I'm not going to say, I'm not sitting here whining, but it's not fair that my van's a piece of shit. When all these other contractors are driving around these brand new trucks and have all this brand new shit all the time. And when my van breaks down, I fix it. So, I mean, like I said, I've just never been the greatest at the business end of it.
And I work for benefits.
Yep. Dana provides the healthcare, which that's a big thing.
But but I also work for a medical.
If I were to have to buy my own, like it's
crazy.
Like $1,600 a month, I think. I was quoted at one point.
Yeah, and we don't pay. I mean, our insurance is pretty decent.
Yep, and the taxes are higher. You're in it starts at 30% ish. So yeah, there's definite downsides. But like I said, there's upsides too. And I tried working for somebody for a couple years. After having been out on my own, no, I couldn't do it.
We said he needs to go into the smoking business, smoking meat.
That's honest to God. I would love to barbecue or be a chef. Something like that. I do work the corner I mean, there's been times where I'm thinking, God damn, I might have to go suck some peepees this weekend to pay the electric bill.
Yeah,
and then there's been times it's like, shit, man, I got $1,000 to spend on dinner. It's weird. Maybe not $1,000 to spend on dinner, but you get my point. Yeah. Sometimes you're in a good spot. Sometimes you're, pimping yourself out potentially if you have to.
I mean, yeah. I mean, at times it can.
I mean, I charge more than $1 though.
Yeah,
Jimmy.
but I mean, it gets a little tight sometimes with him with him being self-employed, but we make it through.
And one thing too that I'm starting to finally do, because everything has got so much higher. I am bumping up my prices finally because they've been the same for a long time. But damn, I've been noticing things. So I buy the bulk of the groceries, and it's like this used to be a cheap meal, and now it's $30 to make spaghetti.
Yeah.
Like, what the fuck happened? So, that used to be you could make that for $10 and eat it for a couple of days and all was good. But I mean, so I just got to charge more.
Yeah.
That's all there is to it. And I don't like, but I do. God, I hope none of my people that I work for are watching, but like where you live kind of determines what you pay as well. I mean, like if there's poor people that need something done, I don't make money on those jobs. I don't do a whole lot of them, but
No.
like, I mean, if you have to have this done, like, for example, there was one where this lady's bathtub was falling into the crawl space.
Yeah.
Like, okay. I had to make a little bit, but I did not charge her what I would have charged other people.
And you don't do those very often, but it's like, I mean, sometimes it's like somebody just needs help, and and nobody will come in and do. I mean, some people just. I mean,
it was a shitty job too.
Yeah.
It's not a fun job.
No, but I mean, they needed the help and they didn't have the money. But I mean, you worked with them.
Yep. I really need to focus on my Facebook page with my work stuff.
We were doing really well with that, and then
then I got hijacked.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Oh, right now I'm laughing because in our although Sam's Club has cage-free eggs and it's like 2 dozen or 18 or 2 dozen, and it's like $5. I was like, bing, that's where I get my eggs.
That's the thing. That's one thing. So I know a lot of people are saying the egg prices are high in this, but how many meals do you get out of that? Let's say eggs are $6 a dozen. How many meals? So it's really not super expensive. Like,
yeah, but it used to be a cheap, easy fixed meal. Right. Like, I mean, I hired boiled eggs to take either for breakfast or for lunch, and I mean But
how long ago too was ground beef $1.99 a pound at the high end? That's what, 5-6 years ago.
Yeah.
And now you get it on sale
chicken
for $4.99.
Chicken used to be cheaper than pork, and now pork's cheaper than chicken. And
I've
then
been buying,
funny because a lot of people in our area, like right outside of the township in the city, a lot of people are getting chickens because they can get their own eggs done, and then if they want to kill their chicken, they can kill their chicken. But I shouldn't have said that, but but that's what they're doing. But I mean, for us, I mean, if you don't have like they're just talking about it in the township, but a lot of people aren't going to still be able to get the chickens because of how the land is set up here. So, but it's but yeah, if we can get, and it's funny because people that have chickens are actually the country chickens are really getting. People are making a killing on that because the eggs that they don't have now, they're selling off the extra eggs they have. They used to just give them away. Now they just sell them. So,
in my genius ass, like the other day, discovered, okay, pork chops are this price, but if I buy this whole loin, I can get 3 times the meat for the same price as the pork chops, and then I can cut them thick like I want them to. So I don't even buy pork chops anymore. I buy pork loins.
Yeah.
And we bought one the other day. It was $10.
Mm-hmm.
So,
but we get like pork shoulder and
we do a lot of pork butts.
And it's just, I mean, and then usually we split them with my mom and my sister because there's so much of it. But
it's a good thing this is a paranormal channel.
Yeah, right. But chicken, we hardly eat chicken. I mean, we used to eat a lot of chicken because I like chicken, but I mean,
it's not really the price. I mean, we're definitely gonna eat some chicken this weekend because it has been a bit. Home Depot ripped Walmart apart about pricing in the name of tariff. Let's watch Walmart make big profits this year. Oh, Walmart's always gonna make big profits.
Yeah.
Yep. Yeah, I'm definitely not gonna give my thoughts on the tariffs. We never have gotten political on this channel, and I don't plan on starting today. So, But I mean, I think it's a long-term game.
Yeah.
Taught him to fish.
Yeah, because and then it's interesting because we do a lot of. I mean, we do a lot of preparing our meals at home. So
Yeah, sometimes better than others.
yeah. I mean,
hate
there's times that we have to eat out, but for the most part, we eat from home. Excuse me.
But then there's times where I just don't feel like cooking.
Yeah.
So then it's McDonald's. Yeah, but Uncle. All right, we gotta get caught up on the Uncle Junk.
Yeah.
Is Uncle Junk the character in your zombie game, Ghost Quest? Is that what I'm putting two and two together and coming up with? So when am I going back to Brushy? As soon as I can. Like, honest to God,
it might have to be a
love
hot
that
minute
place.
because he
Yeah,
wants
it'll
me
be
to
a
go
while.
with him, but
Yep.
it has to be a hot minute.
I definitely will go back to that place. I loved it, every second of it. And I'm sure you guys, everybody in here has probably seen the last video where I thought I caught them in the lie. Turns out it wasn't. Thank God I didn't just go with it and make a video, because after last week's live, somebody was like, nope, I know her, and here's the answer behind why she tells the story that way.
Yep.
Thank you so much for saving my ass.
But see, that's what's nice though too, is that they're like, hey, no, and they gave you the truth. Now, not everybody. Some people would have been like, let him sink. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
but not everybody does it.
Yep.
There you go.
Yes, okay. So that's his character from his zombie game. Yeah, cool. That does look like a fun game. If I want to play games so bad, I just don't have time. I wish I did, because that would be a game that I would play.
I don't get into the games
Yep.
like that, the computer games.
I was addicted to 7 Days to Die for a while, but this was years ago. In Minecraft was one. Holy shit. Don't make fun of me. But if you guys would have seen the Minecraft worlds that I've created, you'd be like, how does this guy have that much time to go pound rocks in a fucking video game?
I have no idea what you're even talking about.
In Minecraft, half of the game is you just breaking rocks.
Oh, that's nice.
And dirt.
Interesting.
You're looking for diamonds and ores and stones and whatever to make your shit with. Oh, I did go golfing.
Lost a lot of balls.
Yeah, lost a lot of balls
because he didn't take anybody with them.
Yeah, no one went with me, so I lost a lot of golf balls. But I don't play the nicest course either, because it's a cheap course. It's just kind of a
local
practice course. Yep. So like, if you don't hit it in the fairway, why are you throwing my balls all over? Boo's looking at it like, don't eat that, Boo.
She won't eat that. Although she did try to eat a marker.
Yeah.
I was tormenting her and putting a marker out because she was interested, and I put a marker out. She'd go to bite it, and then I don't think so. It's kind of funny.
Hello, Gin Juice. Gin and Juice.
Laid
back. My money, my mind. Thank you, Bill. We appreciate that. Yeah, I'm assuming you're talking about the. So I want to do an investigation video next. Well, I don't know about next, but I want to start working on, because I've investigated with Dawson. I've investigated with Joe and Kenny. Sign a guy in Dawson. So like, I need to start putting out. Plus, we've done Collingwood a couple times. We're going to do it again. I want to start putting out these investigation videos, but I'm just not. I got to think of a way to make them slightly different than
everybody else.
Because, it's investigations aren't really exciting. So we have to make it entertaining somehow. So I just need to start working on it.
I wasn't there.
Huh?
I wasn't there. That's why they're not entertaining.
Yeah, we did put out the one investigation that you were on. The Middle Point School.
Oh, yeah.
I did put out that video. That was a while ago. But yeah, I think it's been almost a year since me and Dawson met up.
I don't even remember. I don't even remember what you
I
were.
think it was maybe September, or was it?
September's not almost a year.
It's closer to a year than not.
I guess so.
June, July, August, September.
Yeah, I guess so. Okay, okay.
But it may have been last May. I don't remember. Or maybe that's when I met with.
I don't remember.
Maybe that's when we went to the school. I don't know. I'm floating already. Like you got to pee or what? They all float. I missed something. Seeing a lot of corn. It'll make you float. What's making people float? We're talking about drugs.
I don't know.
Drugs are bad. Okay. You should try it. Graveyard Keeper? Is that a show? I'm totally lost on something.
Pennywise. Okay, I'm lost.
Oh yeah, that new. Are you talking about the new show Pennywise? The It show? That looks like it's gonna be badass. Or isn't that? What the hell's gonna be the name of that?
I don't remember. I saw it.
We're in Toledo, Ohio. H&M.
Well, Toledo is not the state. He just wanted the state, but Toledo.
Well,
Well, obviously Toledo's our name. Duh. Never mind.
mean,
I'm okay.
I would keep that more of a secret if it wasn't in our name.
Yeah.
Yeah, Two-ply I did, yes. We did look up the Myrtles to
Well,
see
he
what
did.
to see
I
what it
didn't.
looked like. I got some questions for you, but you got to get on my schedule.
Yeah, no, I can't. Ooh.
I haven't looked up the history of things like that. I just looked up the place.
Do you want to make an appearance?
Yeah, you and I, we're going to have to talk sometime.
Come on. People want to
About-
see you. Come here.
Details and stuff.
She's like, my belly's full from a dang hot hamburger.
Yeah, we were
Yeah,
right
you're
by
in-
Pennsylvania. We've been to Pennsylvania before. We've never investigated there. We
No.
just drove through it.
Come here.
Some favors.
Do you want to say hi to everybody? You want a treat? Come here.
Gin juice? I'm
Come
lost
on.
on what you're talking about. Welcome to Derry. That's the name of.
Cincinnati's
The
in
thing.
Ohio. Oh, it's right
Yeah.
on the Kentucky
Yeah,
line
it's right
now.
on the border. Yep, but it's in Ohio.
Come here.
So when I went down to Brushy, that is the first time that Cincinnati I didn't get snagged up in. But I went through both times at about
Do you want to go potty?
11, 12
Here.
o'clock. So it wasn't rush hour times.
You can come say hi to everybody.
It's like, no, I'm full. I ate 2 hamburgers.
Up, up, up. Come on. Up, up, up. So you say hi. I think her leg is still bothering her.
Yeah,
Come on.
could be arthritis.
Could
Getting
be
older.
Oh, my God.
Could be because
Everybody
she's
laugh
fat.
as I get her butt up in the chair. Oh. There.
Say hello. Miss
Here,
Boo,
say
hi.
hello. I gotta go get some water. You say hello.
Say hi, Miss Boo. Say hello.
She's like, Mom, you made me get up in the chair.
So, okay, you'll be off this Thursday, Friday, and Saturday. But two-ply, you're just assuming that I'm going to remember that we need to talk this Thursday, Friday, or Saturday. Oh, Jesus, my memory sucks ass. There's Miss Boo. Say hello. You want to talk? Do you have anything you want to say? Do you need to update the people with anything? Huh? Are you on a silent protest? What's going on here, Miss Boo? Tell us your thoughts on life. Okay. I agree. No, she got an extra hamburger for dinner that she wasn't supposed to have. We have to set things back, and apparently I didn't set it back far enough on the counter. She just helps herself sometimes because she's bad. Bubba's getting a golf ball. Bubba, don't eat that. I can't reach it. You enjoying the spotlight? Huh? So what do you guys... So, okay. We'll ask you guys what you want. Do you want an investigation video next? Or do you want my... Actually, I'm not going to say next, because next is going to be the backward masking satanic panic thing. Blah, blah, But after that, do you want an investigation video, or there's another channel that I found that pissed me off? Would you guys prefer that over the investigation?
Ready to get down?
Oh, shortage of toilet paper.
Come on.
Yeah, that was back in COVID, I know. Is there another one?
Everybody down. Come on. Rub it down over there. Come on, boo.
What'd you get?
Good girl.
What was that?
Macaroni.
Oh. Chris telling me to piss off. Jeez. Sorry, Chris.
What?
Oh, pissed off. Okay, gotcha. So we got 2 votes for each. I'm gonna start writing these down.
For what?
Whether they want an investigation video or I found another channel that pissed me off. Jed's all good last time I talked to him. So once we talk to them for a little bit and stuff, there's like I said, the last resort, especially in residential cases, and it is an actual investigation. Because if we can solve things and figure things out and help people without
going
and pissing off the
it's
potential
better.
spirits, it's always going to be better. So that's what's going on with Jed. So we're at 2 votes to 2 votes. But yeah, the Satanic Panic stuff is coming out next for sure. That's if I'm counting right. Candy, it's not quite a debunk. It's more of a reaction. Like, I haven't caught them faking anything. But like Beardo said the other day, when you pull out the apps and the cat balls, you're not really
Got more investigations going.
proving faking going on. Oh, 3 for pissed off. Okay. Chris,
And you got one,
keep
2
score for
extra investigations. You had 2 more.
oh, 2 more?
Yeah.
Okay.
Another pissed off channel.
Oh, we're tied.
Now 4. So we'll have to go back and look.
We're voting Carla on. There are 3 pissed offs. 3?
See, there's another investigation, so it's like 5 to
so,
4. Now there's 5 to 5.
We're still tied. Yeah, I found another.
Yeah, we could do a poll on. I
Oh
know
yeah, we should do one.
We can do
Yeah.
that on Discord.
Thanks,
Can't we do
Wayne.
it on YouTube too? Can't we?
Yeah, we can do it somehow. We'll figure it out. Maybe you should just make a poll.
Yeah, we'll do a poll.
Let the smarter people prevail. Can we do one now? Does anyone know how to do that? But we use StreamYard, so keep that in mind.
I would have to go on there.
Ghostus, we're voting on an investigation video after my Satanic Panic one, or so an investigation or a channel that's pissed me off.
So hold on, let me go over to my.
Dana's trying to figure out how.
I gotta switch over to the Boo page.
Yeah, StreamYard is. I mean, maybe if you stream right from YouTube, you can do. Let's see. Your mod can make the poll on the chat.
Well, there we go.
Try
Candy?
clicking the 3 dots at the top of the chat. See, Candy, that's the thing. We don't have that because we.
Yeah, so I'm on our channel. So
Yeah.
hold on.
Because we use the StreamYard. There's no. That's why we can't give away the memberships either. We should just go live from YouTube sometime.
Maybe.
I don't know. Oh man. Dave, I think 2Ply sent me one of the worst people that I've ever in my life seen do paranormal shit. That was Biff. It's like, hey, check this guy out. I'm like, holy shit.
Oh, they can't make polls. I'll have to figure it out.
Thank you, David. We appreciate it. Mods can't make polls anymore. That's bullshit. It's not fair. We appreciate you subscribing, and thanks for watching the videos, and thanks for joining tonight. Let's send it, David, if you want to. And when I say David, I'm talking Ghostus.
What the heck?
So according to Candy, yeah, they both keep changing things, or YouTube keeps changing things. Yeah, I don't. Yeah, I don't know if they're trying to, like, they prefer if people don't use. Although people use OBS all the time, so I don't know why
I don't know. I can't figure it out right now.
streaming services would. I don't know why they'd have an issue with those, but apparently they do. How is Biff?
You know,
We don't
ironically
know.
funny.
Thank
I have
God.
not. I have not had to go and spy on him lately,
Right.
so it's. I
He's
guess
probably
okay.
still doing the same shit that he was doing before.
Mm-hmm.
I just don't care.
Nope. Nope, nope,
We've
nope.
had enough of Biff. That was another thing. I was going to do an update video on that and didn't get around to it.
Candy, I tried doing it and it wouldn't let me do it. So I don't know.
Jamie, I am no expert in anything. I mean, I've got some chops in that end of in that end of the paranormal thing, but I'm definitely not an expert. But I appreciate the compliment. Like, I mean,
Yeah, because like when I go on, it's like, because I think I have to be on the computer and I'm not on the computer.
no,
And that's part of it too.
let's just ignore all the good people and go to a YouTube tab. I have 14 of them open in my browser. Not that many, but I do have 4 YouTube tabs open right now.
I'll go into it on my computer later and see if I can do it.
Ghost said it's in general chat. I'm sorry ahead of time.
Yeah, because we're finding a lot of stuff I can't do on my on the phone as I can on the computer. So usually, sometimes I might just have to probably bring in my laptop and just have my laptop right here, and then if we need to change anything, I can do that.
Yep. I'm at work, so only here for a few. Nope. Thanks for stopping by. You can always rewatch or just say, these guys suck, and I'm not going to watch them anymore. I'm just kidding. Oh. Man, my eyes are like really burning from grass cutting.
Not my problem. You do need an eye exam though, so.
No, they're burning from allergies.
Not my problem.
Not from being blind.
My eyes are finally not burning as bad as they were, but I'm not as itchy as I was. So we're slowly getting everything out of my body. Might take a while, but.
I hate dead air. Somebody say something.
Everybody, that's why I sent it. What's that from?
Huh?
What is that from?
That's Jamie telling us that we are experts in residential.
Okay.
Which we're not. I mean, and here's the thing, too. That's the
thing, though. A lot of people don't realize, I mean, there's a lot of investigators that don't have the opportunities to do residentials. Mm-hmm. And that's the problem, is people just don't see. I mean, it's not like we go, I mean, we're not going out looking for them. They come to us. So it's, I mean.
Right. And it's all too about doing it with people that have done it for years.
Yeah.
You know, you want to do that first before you even consider doing those on your own.
And that's what's crazy is when you see somebody that's not done it. Like we've done investigations with people that have been doing this for years mm-hmm. to get our experience. So it's like you have to pay your dues on doing residentials.
Yep.
Like you have to do the crap work, like doing all the research and doing all the crazy stuff before you can actually really focus on doing.
Sometimes too, it's not crap work. You just have to sit there and be part of a team that's doing it and just watch and listen and observe.
But I'm just saying you have to do all that stuff that they don't want to do. The research, all these little chats you have to have with people and doing, I mean, it's.
Yes, I am a demonologist certified, by the way. It's the biggest joke on the planet how I got certified. But,
we were talking about that this weekend.
Yeah. Yep. I mean, whatever. Oh, so Bishop James Long is retiring. You know who he is?
Woo-hoo.
Yeah. But his replacement is.
Oh, God.
So remember that Amy case? You know the one I'm talking about, right? He was the one that Bishop Long sent to her house. that made a mess of things. So he's going to be the new Archbishop of the whatever alt Catholic church they call themselves. I forget what it is.
Oh, on that one thing though, we did find out more about that one priest.
Which one?
The two that we were talking about.
Hang on a second. We're gonna hit mute real quick. Okay, we're back. That was
Sorry.
some secret classified information. I bet you guys love that shit when we just like, yeah, we're gonna hit mute. We're gonna talk amongst ourselves.
They say animals pick up on things. Has Boo ever gave you the impression? Yes,
Absolutely.
she does often. She will
I mean-
stare. She will stare off like at
Yeah.
something, and she will actually take off in the house to go find like after something.
Yep.
But the best is when I remoted into the house.
Yeah, that was. Yeah, people. I mean, I think we lost part of our audience talking about some of the psychic stuff, and that we do believe in psychics and things like that. But I do believe people have gifts that I can't explain it. Like,
Yeah.
you've convinced me in what you've told me, and it's not a cold read situation or things like that. But yeah, there was a story where Boo and I saw
Something.
a shadow
Yeah.
cross a door, and at the same time they were screwing around with remote viewing stuff. So Boo saw it and I saw it. We both saw it together.
But Boo actually will
I know what I
sit-
saw was not.
I mean, she'll sit in the back and she'll be on the she'll just be sitting on the couch or laying on the couch, and all of a sudden she'll pop up and she'll be like watching something.
Mhm.
But I mean, she does that often. That's why we call her the ghost dog.
Yeah.
Boo the ghost dog, because she does. See, yeah, and that's how I am. I don't. I mean, we tell people I have abilities, but I don't. I'm like not one.
But
that's
you don't go on and
using-
do
no.
readings and
I don't do readings. I don't do that.
all that
I
other
mean,
shit. It's
mm-mm.
just some people, in my opinion, have something
It's just an
that-
extra radar.
that I can't explain, but I'm convinced that there's something to it. And I know, like, I mean, I don't think Dana would ever pass Kenny Biddle's test.
No.
I don't know what's involved, but she's not out doing readings and
No.
things like that. But there's things that she knows sometimes that.
It makes you wonder how. I
Yeah.
mean, it's just
And
stuff
other
comes
people I
to
know
me.
too.
It's like, I mean, it's hard to explain, but things just come to you, and
Yeah, Pomp. We didn't talk about that on this channel for the longest time because.
yeah,
But I can tell people like Side Eye Guy that, and they don't have a problem with it. It's like.
yeah. And that's what was at first. We were worried because we didn't mention me having abilities for a very long time until we got to know people, and then because like when we talk to Kenny, we don't bring it up, but like with Side, Crow, Beardo, we can bring that up, but it's not, and it's like, okay, but they don't. So, well, you're wrong. I mean, kind of thing. So,
And even we didn't mention anything about the fact that we work with the Warren Foundation for the longest time.
yeah,
Because I was like, ooh, this crowd of people that's watching our stuff hates the Warrens. So we were like, yeah, we're not talking about that.
yeah,
But then I'm not going to say I hate the Warrens, but I am going to say that their cases, in my opinion, Tony, if you're listening,
whoever
Warren
else,
Foundation people, if you're listening, in my opinion, they were grifters and they were not legit on their cases. I've seen enough evidence out there from other channels and things like that. I ain't buying it no more. And I bought it for a long time, but not no more.
Oh, this is funny.
Yeah. There's a lot of things that I feel like a lot of times we talk about things in a very cryptid manner on
Yeah.
this show. Yeah, Tony knows it's bullshit too. Ghost Quest, for sure. I can't say if I believe or not in psychics. I've never met anyone like that. And that's the thing. The people, in my opinion, that are legit and real aren't out there telling everybody that they do this stuff. So, like, the ones that I know that are legit and real are not ones that people know.
Yeah.
So. Hang on. Was Bishop Long the one that was? Yes. Yep. Yep, and he's got a massive TikTok following. He's very huge on TikTok. But he's an independent Catholic church with no church. He's a Facebook page and a TikTok channel. People need to be less judgmental. Yes, I do agree with that, Pomp. Sarah's got a cool thing going on from Fantastic Publishing about that somebody told a story. It was Stormy, the one that gave some money to Boo's chair.
Yeah.
Told a story on a Paranormal Channel's comment section, I believe. I think I'm telling the story right. And somebody basically said she was full of shit.
Mm.
And it's like, I'm not saying believe everybody in every story, but we have to a point, we have to give people the benefit of the doubt.
Yeah.
Because I've got experiences that I've told Kenny Biddle, and he said, you're full of shit. Like,
But
no,
even
I'm
like
not.
the BJ situation.
Yep.
He did not believe anything.
He thought psychics were bullshit, but that Dana hit on some things that he was like, what the fuck?
And only he knew.
Yep. He was the only one that knew. He didn't tell me or anybody. And he was like, okay, so I don't get this. So
I just thought it was crazy when I said something. He went and kind of threw his hands up in the air, and I thought he was just done and was leaving.
Yep.
It was kind of funny.
And then he pulled me aside. He was like, what the fuck? And he told me what
Yeah.
you hit on. So.
And then told me the story afterwards, right before we left, what actually I did.
But see, and that's the thing, Pomp. I think because the community is kind of like, if Twin Paranormal tells me a story, my first instinct is to say bullshit. But if you were to tell me a paranormal story, I would believe you unless I could prove different.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, just because, I give people the benefit of the doubt for the most part.
Yeah.
I mean, there's been times where people told me stuff. It's like, no way. No way.
But we've also experienced fake like mediums and psychics
Oh,
too.
yeah.
So
tons.
it's like,
Yep. So I get why people are very skeptical of them and don't like them. I totally understand it.
Oh, okay. So how does it work? Does stuff just pop in your head, or are you feeling things? So I turn mine on and off. When I do have it on though.
But it's not like if someone says, give me a reading. It's not like you
that's
can
not going to happen. I'm not going to. It's like, now I will have things come to my head, and I will never give any. If it's something negative, I will never tell anybody it was something negative. Never. Ever.
Yeah, like I was told.
If it's like a house, because this happened to Jeff.
Yeah, I was told 3 years ago by a psychic that the psychic that told me is not the one that gave this prediction. But I was told I was told I have 5 years to live. And I was that fucked me up for a while. I'm not gonna lie.
But I like for me, I will have like images or like smells or words that will pop up. Like a lot of times I have like I'll see an image, or if I feel something like on my left side, I know it's female. If it's on my right side, I know it's male. So I have different things that kind of guide me to where guide me. I do write down things, which drives Jeff nuts when we do investigations, because I don't
why
use
can't you carry a recorder and just talk?
If I had a way of carrying a recorder and being able to write, I would.
Because your writings make no sense
know.
to anybody other than you.
Until I rewrite them, and then they make sense to everybody. But yeah, because I write down as I'm walking through somewhere, I will write down if I'm feeling something, if I'm seeing something, if I'm smelling something, I will go ahead and write it down. I act on my gut feelings. If I have a gut feeling, I act on it all the time, because usually I'm right when I act on that gut feeling. So for me, like I will see pictures in my head. I mean, a lot of times I will see like I might see an image of, say, I see someone sitting on a bench and they're reading a book. I mean, I might see that, and that might make sense to somebody that I might be around. But like, okay, for instance, we will tell this one because this was my first ever experience of having something. And I do have dreams about stuff, and then when I wake up, I can actually write down everything, and then I can process it.
I have horrible dreams, and it's because of these goddamn things.
But I actually had my first experience. I thought this when I got up in the morning, I thought this was about my sister, and it ended up being about my brother-in-law. But I kept seeing us at my brother-in-law's dad's showing for when he passed away, and I kept seeing like Grammy Merrill, and I just kept seeing, and it was just like I thought everything was based on my sister. When I woke up and I said, "Hey," because it was just like things were happening with me and her. But it ended up we were actually going to be having a group reading done at my sister's house. It was like a gathering thing, and the next day. And so I told her when I woke up that morning, and then we were laughing because the next day was when we were having this. But then as I went through and processed it, it was like, oh my gosh, this isn't for you, it's for Rick. And it's like it's about his dad. His dad wants him to be there because he has to talk to him. And sure enough, his dad came through, and he said specific things that nobody would have known, like about bowling, about boats, and some other stuff that nobody would have known. And so it was that his dad wanted to come and talk to him.
Yeah,
and
it was just like I said, we've seen some crazy shit, and it's not from people that are looking people up, because they're not doing it for money, for one. And also when they do these gallery readings, like with a group of people, they have no idea who's going to be there. We asked them to come. It wasn't the person that he was giving the reading to.
Yeah.
So like for me, he would never really give me a reading to me because like he knows too much about me. So there's no, I mean,
our
he
reading,
could come
like
up
if
on
I
things,
would ask
but
him, like if I would have asked him to give me a reading, my reading's gonna be totally different than a reading that's going to be, because mine's gonna be more of a spiritual reading than it is just like person to person kind of reading.
Yeah, because I personally, I just myself, I don't do the readings. That's my own personal, like I don't accept them, I guess. I mean, I don't want to know.
Yeah, and then like the second time I had something happen, it's like when I had an upgrade, and I was like, I mean, I was breaking electronics like crazy, and I literally, there was a guy like he was like, I needed to give him energy. He was like he was drained. And I never had seen this person before. I was like, the time he walked in,
See you, Two-Ply. Thanks for
I
stopping
was
by,
like
dude. Appreciate you, man.
drawn
We'll
to
chat for
him.
sure.
And I was with my two friends that are kind of my mentors. I was drawn to this person. And I told him, I said, I looked at him, I'm like, I swear I need to push energy on this dude because I need to get rid of my energy and I need to push it to him. And so they were like, yeah, they were like, so the guy was saying, he goes, yeah, he goes, I've been kind of depressed. And so, but everybody kind of, that was with us, the two of them, they're like, yeah. And I was like, is it okay if I come over to you and just put my hand on you? And he was like, yeah. And then after I pushed some energy to him, and normally I will push energy to people, but I don't tell them if I'm pushing energy to them or if I'm pulling some energy from them because I see that they have a lot of energy. But usually if I'm pulling energy from them, I will ask. But usually if I'm pushing energy, I don't always ask. But I literally was pushing energy to him. And afterwards he said he did. I mean, he felt that, he didn't feel as heavy as he did before.
So, James, I want to address this and me being as psychic as a fingernail. The problem with testing is that I don't think that you can just have it work when you want it to. And the thing is, if you put yourself out there for a test,
you stress yourself out.
And if you don't pick up on anything, then people see that's bullshit. She's fake.
See, and that's the thing too.
So that's the issue with testing.
I
don't even know what that is either, though. I don't know what that test is.
If you're stressed, for me, if I'm stressed, that's not a good way. That's not a good time for me to try to do any type of read. But also, you're probably if you're physically and mentally not stable, you're not going to get a good read. Where
not stable if you're not in a good place.
That's what I'm saying. Stable physically and mentally at the moment. Like if you're not feeling
like now, it's not a good time for you to do readings.
Yeah, like right now, I don't do a lot because there's too much going on. But if you're not feeling well, if you have if you're not feeling well, if you have like a lot of personal issues going on, like we do right now with our family with the health issues and everything, it's really hard to do a read because you have, I mean, it's just hard because you can't get to that spot. Like I meditate, and I think that kind of helps to get, I mean, to get me in that spot, but it's very hard to do when you have a lot going around and I don't get reads. And so I shut myself off just until I'm able to. Like recently I turn myself on every once in a while, but I, for the most part, with everything going on with my brother-in-law, I'm pretty much turned off right now. And that's because I can get, like, with everything going on with him, I don't want to get reads on him. I don't want to get reads on other people in my family right now. And I just don't want that because I don't want to know any of that right now. So I just kind of keep it on low key. Do you think your ADHD makes you more sensitive? Yes, I think so, because your brain is more frantic. And so I think you get, like, for me, the meditation helps me to focus, but I think with the ADHD, it does give you you're more open than some other people might be. Where more, like people with, that's why a lot of times people with that have some type of mental disability or have some type of mental health issue, they may be more open to hearing and seeing things because one, is it the medication, or two, are they like a beacon? Our friend always calls us beacons. Myself and Carmen were like his beacons because he knows when we're on that we can, he thinks that we pull, and we've done things that we've had 3 mediums in one group, and it seems like we pull more things to us than 3 non-believers. So it's possible. Let's this one. Great, but yeah, like, well, and this is something like we do the Estes method. I do that one, and because that gives away your senses, and that one we find when we do that one with a lot of mediums, that we do tend to sense more when you do stack it. That one, I mean, we do really, we've noticed that has happened. Yeah, it is like an overload, and that's why I've learned how to control it though too, because when I first got my abilities, I mean, I literally would be freaking out and going into panic attacks being in large crowds because I felt like everybody was coming at me, everybody was staring at me, and everybody was just kind of like running at me. And so I had to learn to back it off, turn it off, and be like, wait, hold on, let's kind of keep that keep it away from. And so when I learned that was a really big help for me to do, because it does help. Thank you from Friday. Yeah, we just take everything in our family right now as day by day. We got some other news about somebody else in our family, so it's day by day with us, with everything health wise in our family right now. And then I'm going through all my allergy stuff, so okay, so I've experienced things myself, nothing I've ever talked about. Yeah, and some people, a lot of times people don't talk about it because they don't know how to, like, I do have a friend that I am working with because they are terrified to say anything because they are afraid of what people will say to them if they would know what they are experiencing. So behind the scenes of anything, nobody else knows but me and that person. And so we're just working on trying to figure things out. And everybody's gonna have to figure it out a different way for themselves, but you can only do like so much, like showing people like, okay, well, this is what you got to start with, and then you have to find different ways because everybody learns differently and sees differently, and how they get their messages. it's a learning curve for everybody. Yep, and then the neurodivergent, yeah, it's like autism, ADHD, things like that. Can you totally turn off, or will they get through if determined to? So for the most part, I can completely turn it off. I don't like right now. I have it pretty much completely turned off, where I'm not getting anything.
Yeah, me too.
Shut up.
Turn my abilities off.
Yeah, I turn it off like completely right now. Everything's just because I'm not in a healthy mindset for myself, with everything going on with the family. So I've already gone through those.
No, I know. I'm just okay. Sorry.
Yeah.
I was kind of looking at it myself.
He comes back and then just like, okay.
Yeah, I just fuck up the whole thing.
Yeah. But I
Is it? Did you address this?
Yes.
Is this like scrying? Kind of.
I don't know.
I've done that before. I'll tell you what. I had a fucked up experience doing scrying. But that being said, we did it at this house that we said was like, if I were to ever call a house haunted, it would be this one. But I was sleep deprived. This was day 3 of a 72-hour lockdown type thing, and like hardly had any sleep. And but man, so when I did scrying, what I saw was, we're gonna lose subscribers tonight. I know it. They're gonna be like, these guys are fucking crazy. But so I experienced, I was seeing animal combinations, like it would be a pig's head on a horse body, but they were flashing like really, really fast. It was, but like I said, I was sleep deprived, and
it was kind of like a Willy Wonka movie.
Yeah, it was weird.
Or like part of Willy Wonka when they go through that.
But then the last image was my son, and I just went, whoa! Like that freaked, like it. One of the animals turned into him, and it scared, like, So was it actually scrying? I mean, probably not. It was just something my mind was going through. But that whole
house is crazy because
that house will fuck with you psychologically.
Yeah, because I've been there, and I mean, when I go there, I turn myself, like a lot of the stuff I do turns off when I go into that house, because it has a mind of its own, that house.
It
goes in
now.
Spurts. Yeah, it goes in spurts. But when it's not good, it will come at you.
At one point, the man and wife that lived there, like I'm not saying this lightly. I'm not making this up. I'm not being dramatic. One of them was going to die, whether it be self-unaliving or the other one doing the other one in. Like it was.
Yeah, it was.
It was to that point where they were having dreams of doing that to each other, to themselves.
Night Pomp.
Somebody was see a Pomp. Thanks for.
I know there was Anita, I think, or somebody. I know there was somebody else that was going out, and I missed it.
I mean, I don't blame them. There in the UK.
Hey, you stop.
2 a.m. there.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I mean, it's. I don't know. My scrying experience. I don't know if it was just sleep deprivation or something.
And I like I said, with everything what I do, I mean, my biggest thing is with the intuition that it's like always like you got to trust your gut. I mean, your gut feeling is a really good first step of intuition.
Okay, Kel. Yeah, I mean, I have to sleep with the TV on. I don't think it's not because of the scrying, but
you just need noise.
I need noise. Yeah, I can't sleep in the silence.
Wait,
I cannot.
What do I have to sleep with?
Bubble wrap popping sound.
It's so funny because
fire, but
I used to be able to sleep with just a fan on, but the fan doesn't cut it anymore. So I have a sound machine, and it's supposed to be a crackling fire. Well, Bubba doesn't like a crackling fire when we're outside for fire pit, but he doesn't mind this because it sounds like bubble wrap. But because I would like to have like soothing, like water or like rain or thunderstorms, but no, I can't do that because of styles.
Yeah, he's not a fan of rain. Because rain leads to thunderstorms.
And raindrops hurt. Like when rain hits the ground, it hurts his ears, and then thunderstorms, and yeah, it is true. The gut is a huge thing with the chakras too, and it is. And I will tell you, the one time when I had a balance man, I had to stop because they were working on my stomach, like in my stomach area.
What is
And
going on over there?
they're just barking at each other.
Bubba.
I literally had to stop the session because I had to go to the bathroom. And she was like, yeah, you think that you need to work on that? I'm like, yeah, apparently I need to. My sacrum and everything. I was like, yeah, apparently too.
And then, you know, and this being said too, people, do I want to say all this?
But
I hope people are there. There's only 34 people in here, but there is something, in my opinion, to Reiki. I can't explain it, but I know that the person that we go to, on occasion, I've only done it twice.
so the first time I ever had a Reiki session with me, she blew me away because she didn't even know that I had lost a child, and she actually pulled the name. So it was like,
it was, and that's not something that anyone could even look up.
No, they would never.
And you didn't pay to go there, so like it's
Yeah.
What are you sorry for, Kel? Don't be sorry. What I can't.
No. If I have no idea where to start. If you want, this is my way. If you want to start meditation and you want a really good, yes, Reiki does work on animals too. And honestly, I do actually do some like energy work with Boo because of her her stuff. So I do work with Boo with energy, and I do it at night. So when she's relaxed at bedtime, I do energy work with her.
And I have not fully researched this yet, but I did part of a presentation on, because you know they say humans have energy, blah blah blah, but there actually is a machine now called the Squid Machine. It's not something you can buy and carry around to a ghost hunt, but where they were doing scientific studies involving Reiki healing and things like that, and they were actually proving that some of that it's actually a thing. And that's the only article I've ever read on it. I've never looked up anything about it again.
So
Shadow Cat. Oh, sorry.
So this is one of the easiest ways if you want to learn to start doing meditation. This was the way I learned how to start meditating, because it got me because with my ADHD, it's very hard for me to kind of get going. But and it's a way to learn how to relax, because with meditation, it's basically once you get in that relaxing state, you can ask Jeff. I've learned that I can be so freaking quiet and sneak up on him, and he has no clue I'm even behind him. And I've done that where he's almost had a heart attack one time. So, needless to say, but
for real, that we're not exaggerating. She almost killed me.
Yeah, I mean, I've done it to people at work where I sneak. I mean, I walk so quietly and that they don't have a clue I'm even.
But I mean, I had headphones on that time, but I was playing a zombie game, and with my back to the door. And when she came in, right when she scared me, is when a zombie popped up in the game too. Like my chest hurt. I thought I was gonna die.
So one of the easiest ways, and I tell this to everybody that I know,
I was like, medic.
One of the easiest ways to start to learn how to meditate, because they have like the talk down meditations, all that. Those are good to use all the time, but you need to learn how to do it on your own as well. And the biggest way to do it is when you're in bed at night, ready to go to sleep. You pick a number where you want to start to. I usually start at 100, and I take a deep breath in, and then I exhale, but I focus on the breath. And then after that one, that would be 99. Then it's deep breath in, out, and then I do 98. And I just slowly think about those and focus on the breath. And you'll fall asleep. You should have a really good sleep, not Jeff, because he freaks out when he does all this.
I get fucked up dreams when she plays those things.
But that's something too.
Bad.
When you start to do meditation, you probably might have weird dreams in that, but it's because you're fighting. Once you get past the original, the first beginning onset of all the weird dreams, then once you get past that, then it's like you're at that state where you're very at rest.
And I know I've said this on the lives, but you know, not everybody's here every week. But these nicotine patches, one of the side effects is very vivid dreaming. Oh my God, I've had the worst dreams of my life in the last 4 months, 6 months.
So Reiki is basically energy work where you're balancing your chakras and pulling energy. Like they pull energy and give off energy. different people do it different ways. I mean, like I said, usually the one person that we go to, she will balance my chakras for me, and then she basically will do my energy work. And I can feel where, like, the energy, I can feel where she's at on my body, because my eyes are closed when I'm doing it. Some people keep their eyes open. I can close mine. But you can feel, like, I literally can feel where she's at, because I can feel the energy moving. But usually if I have like an issue where I need to work on one of my chakras, usually she will give me which chakra I need to work on. And I usually can tell before she even tells me which one I need to work on, because I can tell just where the energy didn't flow right. And usually then she gives me, okay, this is what we're working on. And then she'll say, okay, no, eat this color. No, you want to focus on this color. So then I eat like a lot of that color of food, like foods in that color frame. And I'll work on different things. Like I do Reiki though on my mom. It's like not a full Reiki session, but my mom occasionally will ask, and then it's like if she's not feeling well, she'll ask me to pull, and I'll pull, like I'll get to a certain spot, and I don't tell her till I'm done, and because she'll be like, well, why did you stop there? And I'll tell her, because I felt like I needed to stop there because you needed me to pull energy from there, and give you some positive energy. And she's like, well, that's where my arm's been bothering me. I was like, well, there you go. So
yeah, Nicholas said too, like about the tinnitus. I think that's my issue. When it's quiet, like that ringing in my ears just drives me nuts. That's why I have to have TV or something on when I sleep.
I don't have that. Although I do get ring. Okay, this is weird though, because I do get ringing in my ears. But when I get ringing in the ears, it's because someone's trying to get a hold of me.
No, mine's always there, but like it's here now, but there's enough distractions that it doesn't bother me.
Oh yeah, no,
I know
mine
they make
is.
medications for it.
I don't have it all the time, but mine's like if somebody's trying to get a hold of me, that I will hear like ringing in my ears, because I'll hear right or left side. So then I know if it's male or female that's trying to get a hold of me. Just like lately too, this is crazy, but at my mom's house, where my sister and my mom live in the same house, we've been seeing lots of cardinals, like lots of cardinals. So it's like, and every time we've had a special event, we always see cardinals. So we always know when we see cardinals that it's a message from ones that have passed, which not everybody believes in that either, but we do have a lot of cardinals in our. Lots and lots and lots. I can't click on that one. I know I gotta click over here.
We should probably wrap it up. It's been 2 hours and 10 minutes. Yep, and people are dropping like flies.
I guess so, hasn't it? Yep. I guess because we're used to 7:30, so it's like throws me off because it's still light. Well, no, it's getting a little dark now, but it's still light out.
But so yeah, I think Tuesday or Thursday I'll do some. I'm gonna start doing kind of what Joe does.
Tuesday.
I know.
Oh, okay.
I might start doing some of what Joe does with the live reviews. So for members only, if you guys want to watch that, I would recommend headphones, because we're actually trying to look for something that may be there that we didn't know at the time. So that's what a live review is for, I suppose. The analysis part, the fun part.
Although I do sometimes listen to stuff.
Sometimes, not
very often. I do. No. You listen to it a lot more than I do.
And again, on the residential cases, I do feel obligated to listen to all of it. Whereas I'm just out having fun ghost hunting.
It's not as
like at Randolph County thing. I don't feel like I have to listen to every second of every recording that I took there, because I record a lot. I probably have 40 hours of, actually probably more than that, because I had 4 or 5 DVR cameras for 8 hours or so set up. So just that in theory is 32 or 40. Who? It's probably full because she ate 2 hamburgers or a hamburger and a half.
She a chunky monkey.
Chunky butt.
She a chunky monkey.
So, all right, guys, we're going to let you all go, and we will be back next Monday, but members only this week.
Sometime.
With
Jeff.
Yep.
Because I'll be at.
What's your? Oh, okay. So,
what?
He wants to know Shadowcat's channel. So, but anyway, y'all, thank you guys for being here. And we're gonna do the awkward end stream thing. Yeah, ending.